Hi everyone. For those who are new, my name is Gustave. There was a buzzword that has been kind of being thrown around since the beginning of the meeting. This is where you answer. What is the buzzword? It's a common word, kept being thrown around. Hey, great. Thank you. Made my job easier. And thank you, Joel. You practically just did my session. So, since we don't have a lot of time, and angels is a very broad topic. It's a very heavy topic, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the question to you guys. What would you all like to know about angels? Can we have a couple of points that you would like to cover? Tonight? Yeah? Anything you would like to cover? Okay, first of all, how many of us are interested in knowing about angels? I mean, okay, all of us, great. So, fine. So, we must have some questions about angels, don't we all? Okay, what do they look like, and why do we have angels? Okay, what else?
When was the last one seen?
What?
When was the last one seen?
Okay. No, good question. Good question, and we will probably tackle that first. Anything else?
I mean, how are they spirits? Are they kind of spirits?
So what are they? Yeah, okay. Then?
Like, how do we personally relate to angels?
How do we communicate with angels? Okay, and?
Are they always with us? Because we heard that they're always with us.
Okay.
How often, or like how much of the always is, I don't know if I'm framing it.
No. Great. No, so are they constantly with us?
Yeah, constantly with us.
All right. Good question. Now I'm sweating. Okay. No. Any other questions? From you guys at the back, any questions at all? No? Angels? Okay.
Help us during our temptations.
All right. So what is their job, or what is their function? All right. Anything else from this side? No, you guys already answered. What about this side? Anything else? Any more from the new ones? Anything? No. Okay. Cool. Great. Cool. These are all very, very good questions and very, very valid. So I'm going to be covering most of them, or all of them. Yeah. But because we don't have a lot of time, I'm going to start with my summary. Okay. So these are the top 12 things to know about angels. And now, okay. Before I do that, let me answer this question. Am I an expert on angels? No, I'm not. What gives me the authority to talk about angels? Okay, so no one's an expert on angels. Only the angels are. All right. And what I am quoting here, absolutely 100% of it is not mine. Okay, this is all based on a reputed Catholic author by the name of Peter Kreeft. And he's also an apologist. He writes in detail about many topics in the Catholic faith. He's a very, very good and quite renowned in the Catholic Church. And he takes all, if not all, of his content from Saint Thomas Aquinas. Okay, and Saint Thomas Aquinas wrote a very powerful, very well-known work on the Catholic Church, on the Catholic faith, called the Summa Theologica. Okay. So almost all of what I'm going to be talking about today has been laid down by Saint Thomas Aquinas. That is not to say that this is canon, that this is, like the Bible is inspired by the Word of God. No. This is based on what has been revealed to us by God. Okay? So we only know this much. There is so much more to angels than we can ever hope or imagine. Yeah? But based on what we know, that this is what it is. And it is a lot. It's a lot more than what we thought. Okay? Alright. So these are the top 12 things to know about angels. They really exist. Duh. Not just in our minds, or our myths, or our symbols, or our culture. They are as real as your dog, or your sister, or electricity. They are real. Okay? That's the first one. These are facts, okay? Not maybe, maybe not. Okay? Number 2, they are present right here, right now, right next to you. Hearing these words with you. Okay? Just know this, okay? And it will become more clearer to you as we go along. Now, number 3, they are not cute. They're not cuddly, comfortable, chummy, or cool. Okay? They are fearsome and formidable. They are huge. They are warriors. These are angels. And we're only talking about our guardian angels now. And you'll know why I said that in a minute. They are the real extraterrestrials, the real supermen, the ultimate aliens. Their powers are far beyond even those of fictional characters. Think about your X-Men, think about Superman, the Flash. Think about powers like that, way beyond that. Okay, great. So, they are more brilliant minds than Einstein, and I added this one, or Tesla. Who knows Tesla? Yay, 2 people. Okay, Tesla was, a brilliant mind like Einstein, and he came up with a lot of other inventions that are being utilized today. So anyway, Einstein, do we know Einstein? E equals mc squared. Okay, so even more brilliant than him. They can literally move the heavens and the earth if God permits them. There's a movie going on now, called Everest. Okay, so that's part of the earth. Okay, they can move the earth and heavens if God permits them. Okay, I'm just trying to put into perspective. There are also evil angels, fallen angels, demons, or devils. Okay, these two are not myths. Demon possessions and exorcisms are real. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say about that tonight. Angels are aware of you. Even though you cannot usually see them or hear them, you can communicate with them. You can talk to them. You can talk to them without even speaking. All right. You really do have your very own guardian angel. Everybody does. Angels often come disguised. Okay, and it has often been said, do not neglect hospitality, for some have entertained angels unawares. Okay, that's from scripture. We are on a protected path. Okay, this was a big one. Just like it shook, Joel was shaken by the part where, the devil was thrown down to the earth. This shook me as well. We are on a protected part of a great battlefield between angels and devils, extending to eternity. Imagine this. How many of us have seen Lord of the Rings? Okay. Some part of it? Okay, how many of us have seen trailers of Lord of the Rings? That's all of us. Okay. So you've seen these battle scenes where there are hordes of ogres and armies of elves and stuff, and it's really fierce. Now think about that and multiply it by a big number. Okay, that's happening. And we are bang smack in the middle. And completely unaware. Okay, there's this huge raging battle over us. We are the prize. We are the prize. Okay? We're bang smack in the middle. There's a beautiful poster over there that kind of illustrates that. So we're right in the middle, and then on the left is the culture of death, on the right is the gospel of life. Okay? And we're right in the middle, and there's a battle going for our souls. There's a battle being, occurring for our souls. Angels are sentinels. Sentinels are like soldiers, are like guardsmen, standing at the crossroads where life meets death. They work especially at moments of crisis at the brink of disaster for bodies, for souls, and for nations. Now that's quite a bit, okay? But it's kind of covered pretty much all of what has been asked today. So now, when you switch on the TV, the majority, I mean, most TV serials today have something to do with supernatural stuff, right? First of all, there's a TV series called Supernatural. All right, you can't even get more obvious than that. Okay, so and that deals primarily with demons and angels, and they have a very Hollywood way of going about it, because they really take the cake on that one. They come up with their own theories on what angels are. Now, why is there sudden interest in angels nowadays? Any ideas? Why is there sudden interest, like in your workplace, for example? There might be one or two people who says, yeah, I talked to my angel. His name is Smith. You know, that sort of thing. Does that happen in your workplace? You're very fortunate. Because it's happened a couple of times in my workplace, and I've had these, well, not conversations, I've just had to listen while I'm sitting on the way to Abu Dhabi. This guy is talking about his angel and how he makes him do this, that, and the other. And he says it all with a straight face, which makes me even more worried, you know. So there's a sudden interest in angels nowadays, yeah, and there's a psychological and sociological side to the answer. Why? Because the psychological part of it is it brings comfort to me. I'd like to know that there's a angel with wings and lofty, you know, clothing, and you know, with a surreal faceless expression face kind of thing, that everything is fine and I'm protected. So it's a sense of security for me. And in the sociological sense, because it's trendy. Like you've got supernatural, you've got angel even. There are different programs that are coming out about angels, and it kind of borders on the occult. It's fascinating, it's cool, it's like awesome. Angels have powers, and demons are there as well, and there are fights between angels and demons, and it's cool, and we're all watching, and you know, that's where it is. But in all of this, we forgot the one thing that is excluded about the interest in angels is what they actually are. It's like if I take an apple, I put it on the table, and everyone's surrounding it, and we're looking at the apple. We'll be talking about, red is amazing. Red, all the way. Cool, red. Yo, red. But hey, you're completely missing the point that the thing is a fruit. It can also be green. It can be something else. You're completely missing the point. You're looking at the surface, and that's it. That's the same thing with angels. Yeah, we're looking only at the surface. So, okay, let me skip ahead. Yeah. So, as a Christian, do I have to believe in angels? Yes. Why? Okay, so think about it. As a Christian, do I have to believe in angels? That means if I do not believe in angels, I will go to hell? What do you think?
I think Father mentions about the angel with the mask, like every.
Okay.
So,
doesn't mean I have to believe it. Okay. No, but my point is, to be saved, do I have to believe in angels? What do you guys think? Okay. Let me make it clear. Angels are not the center of Christianity. From the word Christian, you would know that. Okay, Christ is. Christ is the center. All right. To be a Christian is essentially to believe in Jesus Christ as the Son of God and Savior. But Jesus clearly taught the existence of angels. So if angels don't exist because you're not believing in them, then Jesus was in error. If Jesus was in error, he was not divine, and therefore he's not infallible. And if he was not divine, Christianity is essentially false. So to be a Christian, I would have to believe in angels. Now, can I be saved without believing in angels? Yes. Alright? You don't get to heaven by believing in angels. You get to heaven by believing in Jesus, by repenting of sin and accepting God's forgiveness. Okay? Okay, so let's get into the crux of it now. What are angels made? Everything in the material universe is made of something. Okay? Atomic and even subatomic. Alright? Everything. If we kind of zoom in, magnify our skin cells 1,000 times over, and if it ever becomes possible for us to see it that small, we'll see that we are a bunch of atoms and subatoms and so on and so forth. Okay? Everything, including planets, stars, non-matter like space and everything is made of atoms, of something. Correct? Not angels. Now this is a concept that you have to understand very clearly, because it is going to throw out a lot of your conception about angels out the window. Okay? Angels are not made up of anything. Okay? They are not of this universe. They are not of this. This is not angel territory. Okay? It's not angel home. Alright? They are not in this universe of matter, space and time. They are not made of matter. They have no parts. That's why they can never fall apart and die or be destroyed, as we can. They are pure spirits. And you had asked about spirits. I'll get to that in a second. Not any kind of matter or physical energy at all. Not light or ectoplasm or auras or anything visible or tangible. Am I clear on that? Okay? Now is our imagery of angels just crumbling as we're going through this session? Yeah? Because I can already think of so many cartoons where you had the angels and the halo and all that stuff. It's not real. Okay? Angels don't belong in this universe. They're visitors. Okay? We're talking about aliens and UFOs. They're the ultimate aliens. But you don't totally belong here either. Have you thought about that? You also have a part of you which is beyond matter, space and time. That doesn't make you an angel. But your spirit side, that is your soul, your mind, your intellect, your will, your emotions, is like an angel. We're just not 100% at home over here. Okay, think about that. So what is the spirit of which angels are made? Now spirit means essentially two things. One is the power of thinking. Conscious, deliberate, rational understanding. Okay? Not sense perception. That's the work of a bodily organ like the eye. Like I can see you, I can hear you. Alright? This is thinking. This is a conscious, deliberate, rational understanding. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the power of willing and choosing and deliberately loving. The power of the will. The will is not an organ. Okay, it is essentially what makes up you, the essence of you, your will, which is a gift from God. It is your very essence. Like I will have that pina colada, or I will not go to the party. Okay, I will. It's you. You're not following the crowd. You made those decisions. Okay, by yourself. Now, so the power of willing and choosing and deliberately loving. So it's not sensory appetite. That's the work of a bodily function like hunger. Okay, so God and angels are pure spirits. Humans and intelligent extra ETs, if there are any, are spirit body compounds. Okay, let's make the distinction. God, angels, pure spirits, we humans and aliens, if there are any, spirit body compounds. Okay, However, angels aren't humans without bodies. You know, whenever, and again I'm referring back to cartoons, whenever someone, like it's depicted that someone has kicked the bucket, you'll see the soul coming out in the form of an angel and playing a harp, you know. But that's not true. Okay, when we die, we don't become angels. Okay, and you'll be forgiven for thinking so far that that's what happens to you. Okay, because that's how mankind has kind of thought of them. As we're just angels are just us after we die. No, they're not. Okay, so angels aren't humans without bodies any more than fish are birds without wings. I'll say it slowly now. Angels are not humans without bodies any more than fish are birds without wings. It's not. Birds are birds, fish are fish. Okay? They're a different kind, a different species of mind or intelligence, just as man is a different species of animal than fish. Human souls are meant for bodies, angels are not. Okay? Now what about ghosts? Alright, we have ghosts. Do you all believe in ghosts? It's okay if you say yes, it's not likely that a ghost is going to come and say, really? Come, let's be friends. Okay. Ghosts are the spirits or souls of human beings whose bodies have died. They may hover around the earth, haunting material places and usually houses. But there seem to be 4 reasons for this. They don't realize they are dead. They were so attached to that material place possessions that they can't detach themselves from it. They are working out some sort of purification. Maybe it's their purgatory. And 4, they are probably consoling their loved ones who have been bereaved. Now, angels, in contrast, do not have human bodies in the first place, and they never will. Ghosts once had human bodies and will receive new resurrection bodies in heaven if they go there. All right. Now, if angels have no bodies, how can we ever see them? Angels sometimes assume bodies as we put on a costume or a tux or hire a limo. Alright? At other times, angels influence our imagination from within, like hypnosis or mental telepathy. You know what telepathy is? Okay. Being able to communicate without using my mouth, like mind to mind. I'm able to communicate messages with you. Okay, that's telepathy. So then it looks as if there is a body there, but there isn't. So they're kind of influencing our senses to see. Okay? In this case, a camera won't be able to record anything. So sometimes I have to confess, I've typed in YouTube angel sightings, just to see. And then of course you have idiots putting out drawings of angels going, like. But yeah, you don't really get angel sightings. You can Photoshop it as much as you want. Okay, but you're not really good because you don't even know what an angel looks like to begin with. Yeah? Now if you were ever visited by an angel and wonder whether it is objective or subjective, or whether it's real or not, this is how you can tell. Okay, and I'm giving you practical advice on this. I'm sorry, I forgot to pass out some papers, but this is very important for you to know, and I'm not joking. Okay, you might think I'm a little loony, but I'm very serious about this. If you're ever visited by an angel, here's how to tell whether they're real. Angels respect hospitality. So offer the angel some food. Okay? Angels respect hospitality. Offer the angel some food. It doesn't have to be angel food cake. Okay. Count the cakes or the candies or the cookies. And after the angel has left, count again. If one is missing, Then the angel assumed a body. I had to read that 5 times myself just to make sure it wasn't a joke, but it's not a joke. Yeah. So angels respect hospitality. Offer the angels some food. If you're going to give them, for example, there's a tradition of leaving cookies and milk for Santa Claus. Okay, and no one thinks that's corny. But here, I'm telling you to leave, offer the angels some cookies, for example. There are 5 cookies on a plate, count and make sure that, okay, there are 5 and I'm putting it there. And the angel, so after the angel leaves, count again. There are 4. And if you're sure that you didn't eat the cookie, yeah, then the angel assumed a body. Now, this advice, the author says, is not his invention. It comes from a very practical Jewish tradition. They took this very seriously because they knew that people can entertain angels unawares. And the reason I say this is because on more than one occasion, and it's hurtful for me because I don't if you've been for Mass in Jabal Ali, yeah, in the evening time, it's close to a concentration camp, labor camp. It's close to a labor camp, yeah, and I've seen like 1 or 2 laborers come. They try and they offer to wash the car, or they just ask for money straight off. So on more than one occasion, I've been approached by them, and I've kind of, for me, it's like I feel that they try to play on the emotions of churchgoers, like look at us. So and invariably, I don't really have change to give. So I don't often entertain it, but I wonder if it could have been an angel. Yeah, and even here in Ud Mehta, I was approached. Someone was selling like a pen or perfume. I said, "Listen, I'm not interested, really not." And I was in a hurry to get somewhere. Again, brushed him off. But I did offer all of them to the Lord. In fact, the one time that I was in Jebel Ali, when I brushed that person off, I was leaving and I found a 20 in the car. Literally, I was almost out of Jebel Ali, and I took an about turn and I came back to look. It couldn't have been more than a minute, and that was a wide open space. There were hardly any cars there. I took an about turn and I came back. I couldn't find the guy. It couldn't have been more than a minute. How fast can that guy run? He's not likely to go into the church. So it made me think that I just had to lift it up to the Lord and say, Lord, forgive me. I need to get over this. So when I was doing this session earlier on, I had parked at church. I was coming for GMM, for the music ministry practice. And 3 guys came to me. I'm laughing because it's a typical story from Abraham and the 3 angels that visited him. So I couldn't, because my prayer to the Lord was, Lord, if you give me a chance, let me interact with angels so I get to know them. 3 guys came to me, and I said, okay, fine. And one of them came up to me, and it is scary the way the similarity was drawn between Abraham and myself, because the one person came and approached me and the other 2 remained silent. It was scary. And he comes to me and says, listen, I need to get a Ras Al Khaimah and I don't have money, I need bus money, etc., etc. So I heard him out, and then I reached into my pocket, I pulled out change that I could give him. And he takes the change and he looks at it. He looks at me. He makes this kind of gesture like. And I looked at him, and he said, "Boss, I need to get to." And then I started getting indignant. I said, "Okay, well, just give it back to me if you're not going to be using it." And then he said, "Okay, let me go." And then he just left. So anyway, again, for me, it was a lesson that if angels approach you, they're not necessarily going to be very, very reasonable. in the sense. Okay, they may test you. They may test you in your ability to give, in your ability to be generous, in your ability to be compassionate. Okay, so that's probably a lesson that we can learn from here. So, okay, what have angels? Let me skip quickly. What have angels done in past history? Angels were created before the dawn of time. They sang the creation of the world. Some rebelled against God and became devils, and set up hell's lowerarchy against heaven's hierarchy. Okay. Do angels have different personalities? Yes, even more than men have. Infinitely more than men have. Now, this is the part that may be a bit difficult to chew. Now, in creation, if you've noticed, there seems to be a hierarchy to the way things have been created. We have the lower rung of creation, like minerals, bacteria, ectoplasms. You go up, you have plants. You go further up, you have animals. You go up again, you have man right at the top of this pyramid. Alright? And then above that, here is, let's say this is level God. Okay? There's a huge gap between that. So if you were to follow the order with the way things have been created, I think it would follow that there has to be angels here. Now, I'm so happy that Joel pointed out that no two guardian angels are alike. Because, and this is based on the Summa again, based on what St. Thomas Aquinas says, choirs of angels doesn't necessarily mean that there's row 1 and angels are all identical. They're not. Okay? The angels have a hierarchy, and each hierarchy has a population of 1. Now think about that for a minute. If you're talking about, like for instance, 4-star general, 3-star general, all the way down to buck private. Okay? Different levels. And there are rows and rows and rows. Now multiply that and raise that to a big number. Billions. Why billions? Because there's a guardian angel assigned to every human being that has ever lived or will ever live. And that guardian angel is not recycled. It's like, oh, it's you. Yeah, you had to know the guy before you. I mean, whoa. So it's not that. At your conception, there's an angel that has been assigned to you. Okay? And from eternity, that angel was assigned to you. The Lord knew that that angel was going to be you, for you alone. Alright? Think about that again for a minute, because of the millions of abortions that happen. Okay? That many millions of angels have just had no one. Okay, think about that for a minute. So, yeah, so billions. Okay, that's the hierarchy. So where we have armies over here in rows, here in angels, they're literally one on top of the other, all the way up to God. Okay, the 9 choirs of angels. All right, guardian angels. Why I said guardian angels, they're fierce and formidable, and I'm only talking about guardian angels because guardian angels occupy the lowest rung of the angelic choirs. Okay? The lowest rung. And they are fierce, they are formidable, they are not cute. Alright? So, and I also want to bring your attention to the Christmas story. While shepherds were watching their flocks, okay, and the angel of the Lord came to them and declared the good news, proclaimed the good news, and suddenly the multitude and the hosts of angels just tore open the sky, giving praise to God. Can you imagine? Now, therefore, that's why when Saint Thomas Aquinas actually heard the angelic choir, and he said, I have to burn all my books because everything I've written is rubbish. Can't compare to what I've experienced for a second. Can you imagine? Now I'm a musician, and for us 4-part harmony is amazing. Can you imagine now millions and millions of harmonies that have never been heard because one choir will not sing the same voice. They will have to sing something unique. Otherwise, what makes them unique? They will not sing. So it's that mind-boggling, it's just beyond your imagination of what it must be like. Okay? So, anyway, therefore, the point I was trying to make is because there's so many hierarchies, because there are billions of levels, that many billions of personalities there are. But think about it, how many personalities do I have? As many as I may have. Okay? That's nothing compared to millions of personalities that angels have. And angels also love. Angels also experience joy. But they experience joy on infinite levels. They may experience pain on infinite levels. Things that we can't comprehend. Here, pain is pain. Whether it's a cut on my finger or getting fractured, it's pain. Makes me angry, makes me upset. Yeah? But pain for the angels could be on a totally different level. At the same time, joy is joy. Being a father for the first time, that's joyful. But for an angel, that could be just a smidgen. So let me get to the part about angels communicating with us. Do they know our secret thoughts? No. They can't force themselves on us. They can't force our wills either. They can suggest. They communicate to us in telepathy. They suggest, they give insight. Sometimes when you're trying to figure out a problem, suddenly you get an insight. That's quite likely your angel, your guardian angel. Or you're trying to decide, should I have that extra tub of ice cream or not? Okay? And everything in your mind is throbbing because the angel is trying to say, definitely not. Definitely not. But the angel at the end cannot force your will. So if your taste buds has a louder voice, you're going to go for that tub of ice cream. But the angel is always leading you to God. Always. And the angel is never idle. He'll keep working on you. Keep saying, okay, Jesus. It is Jesus you have to go to. It's Jesus you have to go to. Okay? And can angels make us good? No. Only our free choices can make us good. Okay? Angels again can suggest. Why are angels painted with halos? Because halos are made of light. Light is the primary material, a symbol for spirit, because of light's speed. How fast can angels move? It's been guessed by many theologians that angels move in quantum leaps. Now, quantum leaps is not the name of a movie. Is it the name of a movie? Okay, because I've heard that. No. So, in an atom, I have that. You have the orbits over here. And you have the proton circling around the atom. So if that proton is energized, it jumps to the next orbit in virtually no time. Like you cannot measure that time because it's instantaneous. That's how the angels move. Are angels always with us? Yes. Are they with God? Yes. So they have bilocation powers as well. Because they're constantly contemplating the face of God and at the same time they're right next to you. Alright? That is just the tip of the iceberg about what powers these angels have. Do we each have a guardian angel? Yes. There are twice as many persons as we can see in every place. So 25, 50. Yeah. Why? Because our guardian angels are here as well. What are the different ways angels can affect us as objects of thought, They can fascinate us, stimulate our curiosity and wonder. As messengers from God, they can deliver the good news, such as the news of Christ's coming. As guardian angels, they can fight as evil spirits that tempt us. That's why we say the guardian angel prayer. As guardian angels, they can miraculously protect us from physical harm. This is rare though, okay? However, and it should not be counted on. Don't go and walk in front of a bus and say, guardian angel. No, please don't, okay?
But at times, like when you're driving and like you said, you fall asleep, I felt this, like somebody waking me up.
Yeah.
I really have.
I have experienced this practically every time that I'm on the road, or if I'm nodding off. It seems to me at least, it seems to be an area between your conscious and your subconscious. Because I have heard, like literally when I'm kind of nodding off, I have Gianna in my hands, yeah, and I'm nodding off in front of the TV, and I'm in this, and I think I'm not nodding off, but I am nodding off, and then I hear a man's voice, a very, very real man's voice that I've never heard before. I don't know who it is. It's not from my memories. It cannot be from my memories. I don't know who this person is. But it is a very firm voice. And I'm saying this because I've experienced this on more than one occasion. And I can't even remember what the word was. It'll probably be one or two words. Okay? And it's not necessarily comforting because it kind of woke me up. And then Gianna's about to roll off me, kind of thing. You know, and I just kind of make an effort to get up and go to bed. And on the road, and it is frightening because sometimes I get by with just about a few hours of sleep, and then I'm traveling Abu Dhabi and back. And I'm saying, okay, I just need to get back home, I just need to get back home, I just need to get back home. And then I realize that I'm not saying it anymore, but my mind is repeating it. And not only that, I can't see the road anymore because my eyes are closed. It's happened so many times, and it is at that instant that there's that voice again, or it's a sense, it's like a jolt. It's like, you know, snap out of it, and then I continue. So I truly believe that, you know, it's quite likely my guardian angel. Now, what I would like us to do, I'm going to end here. I know I've gone 10 minutes over time. I'm sorry, but it is a very broad, it's a huge and heavy topic. Yeah. We'll probably cover it in a couple more sessions. But what I want us to write here, two prayers. The first one was Joel's prayer, what Joel had led us in. I would like you guys to write it down and memorize it and start your day with it. Start your day with the Angel of God prayer. Whenever I drop my eldest one, she's 5. Whenever I drop her down before she gets onto the bus, I make sure, even if there's no time, I make sure that she says at least the Angel of God prayer. And she says it. You know, she muddles a few words here and there, but she says it, and I know her guardian angel will definitely act on it. So the prayer is, Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here. Okay, so Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here. Ever this day or night, be at my side to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here, ever this day or night, be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen. And there's another prayer that I would like you to write, which is a very powerful prayer indeed. It's the prayer to Saint Michael. And just very quickly, quick backstory on this. Pope Leo, I forget which Pope Leo this is, but he had a vision. He had a sort of a nightmare where he clearly heard the devil speak in a very ferocious and angry tone to the Lord. He says, "I'm going to destroy your church. I'm going to destroy your church." Yeah, and this is where Pope Leo had the inspiration because he heard that Saint Michael was protecting the church. So he composed this prayer to Saint Michael, and he made it mandatory to say this prayer at the end of every Mass. All right? So say this prayer often. You cannot you cannot underestimate the power of Saint Michael, Saint Michael's protection. Okay, Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our defense against the wickedness and snares, snares, of the devil. May God rebuke him, rebuke, comma, we humbly pray, comma, and do thou, thou, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all the evil spirits. To fast? By the power of God, thrust, trust, into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin of souls. It's a quick word about that. Don't ever dabble in anything to do with the occult. Don't ever dabble anything to do with Ouija boards or astrology, etc., etc. Because the devil is not interested in you; he's only interested in your ruin. Only interested in tearing you apart. Okay? Whereas angels are only interested in your eternal happiness. So pray to them. Give them more interest than the evil one. Alright? And that's that. Thank you.